Hello my people, how una dey today on Gbankanbi TV where we give you ogbonge news. Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, all my Yoruba people, una kwana na go dey my Hausa people, ututu all my Igbo people. Na another ogbonge news wey we bring come una side. Here is the news headline. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, sue 36 governors, FCT ministers over FAAC allocation. Here is the news in full. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has sued Nigeria's 36 governors and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nyesom Wike. They were sued for failing to account for the spending of trillions of Federation Account Allocation Committee allocations collected by their state and the Federal Capital Territory since 1999. This was contained in a release by SERAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare. The release said the lawsuit followed reports that the FAAC disbursed 1.123 trillion naira to federal, state and local government for March 2024. They shared 1.208 trillion naira in April. States collected 398.689 billion naira in March, while they collected 403.403 billion naira in April. In the suit numbered FHC/ABJ/CX/C66/2024, filed last Friday at the Federal High Court Abuja, SERAP asked the court to direct and compel the governors and Wike to publish spending details of the FAAC allocation collected by their state and the Federal Capital Territory since 1999, including the list and allocation of projects executed with the money. The organization also asked the court to compel the governors and Mr. Wike to invite the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Commission to probe any allegations of corruption linked to the allocation and to monitor how the money is spent. It argued that Nigerians ought to know in what matter public funds, including FAAC allocation, are spent by the governors and the Federal Capital Territory ministers. Opacity in the spending of the FAAC allocation collected by the governors and Mr. Wike would continue to have negative impact on the fundamental interest of the citizen, SERAP said. It noted that trillions of FAAC allocations received by Nigeria's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory have allegedly gone down the drain. It believed that directing and compelling the governors and Federal Capital Territory minister to provide the information sought and widely publish the spending details of the FAAC allocation collected by them would serve legitimate public interest. It added, the failure by the governors and the Federal Capital ministers to account for the spending of the FAAC allocation collected by them is entirely inconsistent and incompatible with the Nigerian Constitution of 1999 as amended and the country's international anti-corruption obligations. The suit filed on behalf of SERAP by its lawyer Kolawole Oluwadare, Kehinde Oyeomi, and Andrew Nwako read in part states and the Federal Capital Territory should be guided by transparency and accountability principles and proactively account for the spending of the FAAC allocation collected by them. Secrecy in the spending of FAAC allocation collected by the governors and the Federal Capital Territory minister also denies Nigerians the right to know how public funds are spent. Transparency in the spending will allow them to retain control over their government. The governors and Federal Capital Territory ministers have a legal obligation to provide the information sought, including the list of specific projects completed with the FAAC allocation collected, the location of any such project, and completion report of the project. The information sought should also include details of the salaries and pension paid from the FAAC allocations collected, as well as the details of projects executed on hospitals and schools with the FAAC allocation. Despite the increased FAAC allocations to state and federal capital territories, millions of residents in several states and the Federal Capital Territory continue to face extreme poverty and lack access to basic public goods and services. It added, the reported removal of petrol subsidy and the floating of the exchange rate by the federal government has translated into increased FAAC allocation to states and the Federal Capital Territory. However, there is no corresponding improvement in the security and welfare of millions of Nigerians. FAAC allocation received by the state and the Federal Capital Territory are reportedly characterized by mismanagement, diversion of funds, and abandoned projects. FAAC allocation has also been allegedly spent for other purposes, such as election campaign and political patronage. Publishing the document on the spending of FAAC allocation by the state and the Federal Capital Territory would promote transparency, accountability, and reduce the risk of corruption in the spending of funds. Publishing the document will also enable Nigerians to meaningfully engage in the implementation of project execution with the FAAC allocation collected. The SERAP noted that the report that some 140 million Nigerians are poor suggests corruption and mismanagement in the spending of trillions of naira in FAAC allocation collected by the state and the Federal Capital Territory. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the suit. My people, now another ogbonge news we dey bring come una ears. See money, trillions of naira. As I dey mention the trillions sef, me sef I dey shake say, hey whoa, money dey this our country like this. They just dey mention am. Imagine 1.123 trillion naira to federal, state and local government for March 2024. They share 1.208 trillion naira in April. State collected 398.689 billion naira in March, while they collected 403.403 billion naira in April. My people, where did they spend all this money? Now they don't call them now, say maybe they can't give account of everything where they don't do. So in that way, they don't actually call on those governors where they say they don't do anything. My people, now the ogbonge news where they come now. Hearings be this from us, from Nyesom TV. Don't forget to put your comment about the 36 governors where they don't sue to come and give accountability of how they don't spend the money. People, don't forget to subscribe to Nyesom TV, like and share. See you in our next update.